So, Louis, first and foremost, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Technically welcome to the club with it being a newly formed side. Can we just run through how the deal sort of came about for you to come back to the club?
Yeah, so obviously in terms of the gaffers, they're the ones who kind of got in contact with me. At first, I didn't have Russ's number saved, so I was kind of thinking, who's that really at the start. But then I quickly figured out that it was him and stuff, and we went and met in a Starbucks and just basically gave me a quick little debrief about what's going to happen in terms of the club in the future and how it's going to run and stuff. And then obviously considering it was Nuneaton, it was kind of like similar, same sort of setup, just a different name really. So I was like, I know the fans are going to be, it'll be a good environment and stuff like that. So kind of like once that got sold to me, I was like quite interested then, and then here since. So.
Yeah, and I know there was a little bit of a lengthy spell between sort of the talk and then it actually being announced. Was your dad kind of trying to play agent there and getting you a move higher up?
No. In terms of that, it wasn't anything to do with that. It was just obviously in terms of like my new job now. So I couldn't. I had to weigh up the options and see if it was suitable for me. So I kind of took a while for them options to kind of decide then, and then I've just kind of stuck with it. But my old man hasn't had any influence on this. So.
Yeah, and then back to on the pitch, we've sort of had to wait a few games, obviously with your new job, work commitments and things for you to actually get out there on the pitch. But within the first couple of touches, you've scored today. So how was that for you?
It was amazing. Obviously, in terms of like getting some minutes in and stuff, it's always tough. You know, you've pre-season. It's not my fan favourite, let's say, but it's something that you got to get done. And then obviously, in terms of when you're actually playing in the matches and stuff, it just kind of flows and naturally comes. So amazing to get a goal, obviously with my weak foot as well, so I'm quite happy with that. Thought it was a good little finish as well, so yeah, it weren't too bad.
And again, we've got Bolmere St Michael's on Tuesday. We've played them last season in the Birmingham Senior Cup. I don't know if you're available for that fixture, but sort of what do you know about the club? And
in terms of Bolmere, I'm not too sure. I don't know much about them. I know they've got a nice little setup over there, and they're quite, in terms as a club and stuff, they're quite organised and they've got a good setup. But don't know any of the players or anything like that. But after we played today, we're on a good run at the minute, so should be good to go into it.
And speaking of a good run, there's only a couple of games left of pre-season now. Looking ahead to the league and things, do you sort of know any of the teams in particular that we're looking at, like we'll be with?
I know, obviously, is it Cotton Green? I think it is. I know them quite well. I know some of the lads there. In terms of the league-wise, I'm not 100% sure of who's in there or what it is. Or it's not my. I've not played in this level before yet. But I think it's one of them. You don't want to have too many high hopes. But obviously, we've got high hopes for this season to bounce back straight up. So it'll be interesting, and I'm sure we'll do very well in this season. So yeah.
And finally, you touched on there about not having high hopes, but I know the type of person you are. You're going to set the bar high for yourself. Yeah. So have you got some aims for the season?
Well, I'm just trying to. The last couple of seasons, I haven't enjoyed football as much as I should have, to be honest. So I kind of want to get back into it, obviously, in terms of passion and in terms of love for the football.